Morning after morning, you wake up, running a fever, stiff, not able to move the way you used to do. So, you make an appointment with the doctor, you sit down and tell everything to her that's going wrong, and she orders blood work, vial after vial of blood drawn. Then, you go on your merry way, slowly, and you wait for those results. You don't get a slip of paper in the mail like healthy people do. You get the call. Come in right away. We need to see you. The doctor says it's either scleroderma, lupus, or rheumatoid arthritis. And then it would take a rheumatologist to find out what exactly you have. Well, 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And today we're going to talk about how did I get it? What is it? And what can I do about it? Will I ever get better? What is rheumatoid arthritis? It is an autoimmune disease, which means your body's antibodies are hyperactive, and they start turning on itself. Here's a picture of the membrane of a normal joint. This is an osteoarthritic joint, which is just wear and tear, and this is a rheumatoid arthritis joint. The synovium, which is the lining around the joint, gets eaten. And that's what happens with rheumatoid arthritis. 1.3 million people in America have rheumatoid arthritis. And 2/3 of those people are women. Didn't know that. How did I get it? Well, they don't know. They say that you have to have a predisposition for arthritis. And we also have to have, they found there are triggers, the triggers being extensive trauma or stress. There's also, could be a virus that triggers it, or it could be hormonal changes. And I was diagnosed shortly after giving birth to my son. So I'm thinking that might really be it. 30 to 60 is the age range where you're diagnosed. And I think, and I believe the experts think, that mild cases of rheumatoid arthritis never get diagnosed, but you can see the people walking around who have it. What will it do to me? Well, it's not a pretty sight if it's left untreated. The crippling can be very severe. It will affect the hands, the spine, the shoulders, the knees, the hips, the feet, the ankles. It just depends on how severe a case you have. Not only would you become disfigured, but you lose your function, crippling you. And again, you see people and you don't wonder what happened to them. It's rheumatoid arthritis. It also can affect your skin, your lungs, your heart, and blood vessels. So it's very important to be under some kind of treatment for rheumatoid arthritis. The treatment that is most commonly used are NSAIDs, which is a fancy word for anti-inflammatories. They are generally very expensive, hard on the rest of your body, and have very dangerous side effects. It can be given to you by mouth, by injection, or by intravenously through infusion. You see lots of commercials about rheumatoid arthritis sufferers for infusion treatments, and I've had some of those infusion treatments. Makes you very susceptible to catching anything because it suppresses what's left of your immune system, because that hyperactive immune system is what's making your joints not work. So you might look into alternatives, alternative ways of treatment. And when I was doing my research, I went to the American Arthritis Foundation, and they said that chiropractics generally work with people with rheumatoid, as well as acupuncturists, and that is the release of good endorphins, and also the chi power is what they believe in. Hypnosis is being used for chronic pain of arthritis, but my favorite is massage and heat. Those are my favorite, and they really do help, because when the muscle takes up, it becomes very tense when the joint is being stressed, and that tension also becomes painful. So what else could happen? You can reduce your inflammation by what you eat. So I would highly recommend, along with the American Arthritis Foundation, and Foods That Hurt, Foods That Heal, that's one of our books here at the library, an anti-inflammatory diet. And that includes 2/3 fresh fruits and vegetables, but there are specific ones, as well as whole grains and very lean proteins that are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. All of those things are what is called anti-inflammatory. They reduce the inflammation. So there are a few things on here that I particularly don't like, but I find the things that you do, or encourage your loved one who might be suffering from rheumatoid, and get them to start eating more of the good foods. Well, another thing that my doctor and I have talked about is keep moving, because when you move your joints, you oil them, and if you stay still, then that's when you really become stiff. But there are special exercises for people with different conditions, and you have to have your doctor's approval. So it's recommended that we use low-impact aerobics and strength training along with flexibility. Tai Chi is a very good training method. I walk, that's what I do. Swimming and using the aerobics in the water are very good, because it doesn't put any stress on the joints. Do you know anybody with rheumatoid arthritis? Did you know what they were going through? Well, after today you do, and you can help them. We've learned that 1.3 million people in America, and that's not counting worldwide, have rheumatoid. That untreated, it leads to the erosion of your joints and crippling and disfigurement, as well as expensive treatments with NSAIDs, but can be supplemented with homeopathic methods. And if you are armed with knowledge, then you can either be familiar with what's going on in your body, or you can help somebody else. Thank you very much.